Welcome back to 5 Minutes with the Chaplain. The last time we chatted, we talked about protecting our heart, and that our heart is made up of three things: our will, our mind, and our emotions. And I gave you a few things to consider as you look to protect your will, and understanding that your will is the things you choose, the things you want, or the things you desire, and that to be mindful of who it is that is around you, because you become like those you rub elbows with. And so that can impact your choices, your decisions, that can impact the things that you desire or the things that you want. Now, today, I'm going to point you in the direction of your mind. So when I was growing up, I can remember there used to be a commercial that came on that said, your mind is a terrible thing to waste. And it would be a skillet with an egg in there sizzling, and it was a shock factor. Yeah, it was a shock factor if that was your mind or your brain on drugs type of a thing, to promote to young people that drugs is not a thing to do. And although that's true, I want to introduce to you how you can protect your mind. And I want to define the mind for us. The mind is defined as that which allows you to think, to remember, to imagine, to feel, and to engage. That helps you engage with your physical body. So in protecting our mind, it's important that we are aware of what we're feeding it. Just take a look at where your mind is housed in your head. So let's look at some common sense things. First of all, what we hear, our ears, that which feeds our mind is eventually what's going to come out. And you're going to hear me say that over and over again in this session and maybe some other sessions. But also what we see, what we watch. If what we watch is perverted, then that perversion is embedded in our minds. And something my coach, Katie, taught me and helps me remember and understand is that you can't not see something once you've seen it. You can't not hear something once you've heard it. So that which you hear and that which you see feeds your mind. And if you're not protecting what you see and hear, then that could cause problems for you. And now let's look at this thing even from a more physical perspective. That which you eat. That which you eat also ignites things in your mind, in your headspace, that allows you to think more clearly. Getting proper sleep helps you to think more clearly. That impacts your mind. And let alone the other entrance into your headspace, into your mind, is your nose. So let's talk about drugs, things that you may snort. Yeah, we're going to talk about real stuff. That's for real. And those things impact your mind in a negative way. So in order to protect your mind, you want to be sure that you are aware and that you're watching what you eat, what you drink, what you listen to, what you watch, and what it is that you're thinking about. What do you think about? Well, I want to offer you some scripture from Paul. Paul was real. And so what Paul invites us to in Romans is in Romans 2 or 12:2. Paul, let me just read it. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to give you my version. I want to give it to you right from the scripture here. Romans 2, and I'm coming out of the Common English or the Common Standard Bible. And this is what it reads. Romans 2 or 12:2. I'm sorry. Romans 12:2. Romans 12:2. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. By the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is good, pleasing, and perfect will of God. So to protect your mind, it's an ongoing thing that needs to be renewed because of our misunderstanding. And we need to gain understanding in order to protect our mind. And then again, Paul, he's talking to the church of Colossae. And then in the chapter 3, verse 2, it says, set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. So 2 parts, and I'm out of here. The first thing is that the renewing of your mind is ongoing. So whatever it is that you're eating, drinking, listening to, watching, all these things are important and critical to protecting your mind. And then here's some suggestions. Think on things that are above. Think on the beautiful things that God has made. Think on the things that God has done for you. Remember those things. Remembrance. My ploy to you is to protect your mind. The next time we meet, my hope is that you've adjusted some things in your life that give you an opportunity to think more clearly, that your mind, it still is a terrible thing to waste. And our scripture text, God has given us some guidance through people that help us protect our mind. God bless you. God keep you. And for the next time I see you, to take 5.